Gecko here. I just thought I'd come out here and take a quick hike. There's a couple of things I wanted to talk about on a video. I'm at the upper Purgatory Creek trail entrance. It's probably about 5:15, 5:30. It's 99 degrees out, so may not be the best idea to go hiking at this time. We'll find out. So for those of you, the upper Purgatory Creek entrance is the west entrance. It's right off Ranch Road 12 going out of town. It's not the entrance that's at Hunter Road and Wonder World Drive. It's the other one. So without further ado, we will go on the trail. There's a spot out here that is one of my favorite places in San Marcos. It's on the trail. On the maps it just says the Lookout, but I'm renaming it. It's going to be Gecko's Lookout from now on. So any of y'all who travel Purgatory Creek natural area and you come on the Lookout, it's Gecko's Lookout. It's mine. I claimed it. As you can see, I am the only one here. That's my truck. I am the only one here at this entrance right now. So that could be a sign that maybe I shouldn't do this, but I've got about 1.5 liters of water. I downed about 1 liter of water before I came out here. And yeah, onward. I just took a better look at this park rules. No fires, no collecting firewood, blah, 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 blah. You must have a vampire problem, because I got a curfew, dusk till dawn. Oh. No vampires here. So now that we've gotten onto the trail a little bit, there was a couple of things that I wanted to say. You may or may not know this about me, but I am a huge J.R.R. Tolkien fan. The first novel that I ever read was The Hobbit. So when not Alan Jackson, that would have been weird. Peter Jackson made the film The Lord of the Rings, the trilogy, and subsequently the Hobbit movies. That was a dream come true for me, because I bought the cartoon versions early on when they came out in the late 70s, I believe early 80s. I'm not exactly sure, but I got them pretty early on. And I just got a version of the cinematic version of the movie Tolkien, which is basically a story on his life growing up in World War I era England. And it really did a great job of showing where he got the ideas for a lot of what was in the books. Like, you can obviously see that the Shire was kind of based on the area of England that he grew up in as an early teenager. Very rural countryside England. I don't remember the exact name of the place, but from what they showed in the movie, you can definitely see traces of the Shire there. Versus when he moved to Birmingham, England, and saw all the industry and all the smoke billowing out of factories and everything, you can definitely tell that was the inspiration for Saruman's tower in the Two Towers. Well, you know, when he's raising the orc army and he's got all the machines and the mining and everything else going on at the tower there, you can definitely see elements of Birmingham from that time era in the movie. And of course you have the World War I war scenes in the Somme, France, and just his experience in battle and war, as you can definitely see the ties between the Great War of the Ring. So the movie just did a superb job of adding to my knowledge of the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit. And you can see the influences through his friendships and the fellowship of the TCBS club he had with his fellow students at the King Edward School, and where he got the idea of the fellowship and loyalty and just the love and hope that can be derived from fast friendships. And also in the trenches, you can see where the character of Sam comes in. The Hobbit that takes care of Frodo. Well, that was his, what they call a Batman. He was a lieutenant, and he had an enlisted man that saw to his needs and cared for him, looked after him, and that's Sam. And incidentally, the guy's name that was with him in the trenches was Sam. So that is a direct correlation to the books. But Tolkien received a revelation through Edith and then the professor, Dr. Wright, about how words aren't just beautiful because they sound beautiful. It's also beautiful because of the meaning they convey. And then he goes on to point out that words and language help define a culture. Well, I kind of made the transitional discovery or revelation that nature, which is everywhere, and not just nature, but environments and structures, buildings, cities, they're not just places, they're memory. Like this place here. Holds memory. Not just for me, because I walk these trails and I appreciate the trails and the surroundings because now they're a part of my experience. They've become memory. I'm not the only one who's been here. So this memory in multiple forms and fashion lives on in everyone who has been here. And the land has a memory of us being here. I mean, obviously, look at the trail. Humans have made an impact on the environment. We've created a memory that this trail, that this land will remember for decades, if not centuries. So when you convey words with feelings and emotions, because that's a part of how you emote, is through words. I get that same meaning to the environment and memory. That it's just a little philosophical thing I wanted to point out and maybe get your comments on. What do you think about it? I know at this point I only have 6 subscribers. Thank you guys very much, by the way. I appreciate everything that y'all do, you know, by following me, by liking my videos, subscribing. I think I already said that. And hopefully I'll grow a larger following and connect with more of you guys, because this channel isn't just about the trails. It's about the meaning of life stuff, to quote Stargate SG-1 phrase. So that was the first thing I wanted to kind of talk about. Next, I want to give y'all another update on things that I want to do for this channel, places I want to go, videos I want to make. I have shot a video of almost all the trails here in San Marcos, with the exception of a few really short trails. So now I'm thinking of expanding my horizons, film-wise, video-wise, and also personally. The only trails I've ever really hiked around here in my general region has been in San Marcos, with the exception of a short distance onto the Panther Trail, the Panther Canyon Trail, in New Braunfels. Oh, I'm sorry, I put an S in that. There's no S. New Braunfels, which is kind of the next large town over from San Marcos, going towards San Antonio on I-35. But it is a trail that goes through a little canyon in Lambda Park, which is the headwaters for the Como River. So it's a little short trail. I think it's like 1.7 miles. I'm not sure if that is entrance going in, coming back out to the entrance again, 1.7 miles, or 1.7 miles going in, and there's a little loop. I think it goes around a lake to the end of that loop, and then coming back is just my footsteps on top of the 1.7 miles. I don't know, but I will find out. I want to do a video there, and there are several trails in a state park near here. Palmetto State Park, and right outside of Luling, Texas, which is not too far from here, about a half-hour drive. But they have a lot of trails there. It goes through a real swampy area, so it's real tropical. I think that'll be fun. See a lot of new plant life. What the heck is this? Sorry, I got interrupted by a phone call. Somebody, I don't know if that, oh, it's canvas. Somebody made a painting and put it here at this tree. It's a man and a woman. I don't know, maybe they got engaged or something here. I don't know. There's little things you find like this that add memory to a location. Because they put it here, which it means it holds significance for them. But then I saw it, I experienced it, so now it's in my memory. And of course it's in the land's memory because as it sits there, it's gonna decompose and become part of the soil. Unless somebody takes it out and throws it away, which I don't know. I know leave no trace, but I almost hope that nobody takes it out and it stays there. It becomes part of the environment permanently. Well, as permanent as it can get. Because that's a part of nature. It's a cycle of birth, life, death, and rebirth. So it's not permanent. Only carbon is permanent. Anyway, so back to the videos. Yeah, I'd like to go to Palmetto State Park and film some of the trails there. Again, they're short trails. I think the longest one is maybe 2 miles. But they're all connected, so you can make a larger loop if you want. So it can end up being 3 or 4 or 5 miles, which for the purposes of a video would probably be a likely scenario. So, okay, we've covered Tolkien, we've covered upcoming video projects. I don't know how soon I'll get to those. I know admittance into the state park is like $3 for a day pass, which is nothing, you know, it's not a big deal. So next, let me get a little bit further down the trail and I'll think about what I want to tell y'all next on Gecko's Trails. I'll see you in a bit. Okay, we're coming up on my second favorite spot on the trail, on this trail anyway. It's kind of an overlook, but it's not the best overlook. It's not Gecko's overlook. This is everybody else's overlook. So, as you can see, I mean, if they would prune these trees down, we could have a better view. But I understand that they want to keep it kind of pristine. It's pretty. All right, onward to the next thing. One thing I like about this trail is it does kind of test you for some elevation changes, even though we don't really have mountains around us. It's rocky and it does kind of go up and down ridges, even though they're not high in elevation. It's still practice for a long distance trail like the Appalachian Trail, where you do have some rocky traverses and ups and downs. What's the phrase that they call it? Anyway, it's like pointless up and downs or something like that. I don't remember the acronym that they use for it right now. But I would have to say this would be a medium trail as far as beginning, medium, and expert. I mean, because it's not flat by any means and not well groomed like sections of the PCT are, but it's not expert like going through the Sierras or going through the San Juans on the CDT. But of course, I've never been to those trails, so I'm just going by what I've witnessed on other people's YouTube channels. And I really need to work on where I'm aiming this phone. I noticed in the last video, there's a lot of times I was trying to capture something, like me pointing at the map or trying to see a bird or flower, and I was just having all kinds of difficulty getting it into the frame. I gotta work on that, or get a different method of capturing video, like an actual camera that has video capability. And one of the things I have for this phone that I haven't really tested out yet, I bought a camera lens kit off of Amazon for like $23. I had some gift cards that I needed to use, so I figured it would up my game as far as photography and videography goes. But I haven't gotten around to use it yet because I'm really hesitant about taking off my OtterBox to put them on there. So what I was thinking about doing was buying an OtterBox that is made for these lens attachments, because it has like an alligator clip, and then you screw the lens onto the alligator clip, and it just clips over the lens on your camera. So I need to get one of those, because I don't want to be on the trail, shooting a video or taking pictures and drop my phone on a rock and it breaks the screen or something. So that'll be on my to-do list. All right, I'll get back with you later. I'm trying to keep this video not as long as the last one. The last one was almost an hour long. I was just on a short trail like I am now, but you know me, I like to talk. And I hope I'm not boring the crap out of you guys. I'll turn it back on later. Got a rock in my shoe. Tribulations of the trail, rocks and shoes. That's really cool. You can see the rock strata in the bed of the trail. And that's the trail. And that's straight down. That's cool. This is a really awesome tree. Look at that bark structure. Just wraps around. It's got the moss and a hidey hole. It's pretty. The tree is losing the battle with the rocks. But it is still alive. mostly. Even though it's the 1st of August and a lot of things are dry and not showing much color, it's still beautiful. Another thing I'm eventually going to get is a gimbal for this thing, so it's not shaking me all to death. I know that can get annoying. From a professional standpoint and as a viewer, I know it can get annoying. There's the ledge, and I do mean ledge. All right, almost there. Here is a trail you don't want to take unless you are prepared to deal with the consequences, as you can see. I almost fell to my bloody, untimely death. This is straight up and down, or this is level. That is the trail. Level. Trail. Yeah, these people are stupid. That goes straight down. I don't want to get any closer. These shoes, they don't have the grip that I would need to not slide off to my bloody death. So, back up to the trail and safety. I'm not trying to cheat death today. We're almost there. I know I said that last time, but truly, we're almost there. Look at all those prickly pears. Oh my God, it's a feast. Of course, you gotta boil the crap out of that stuff to get the toxins out of it, to be able to make the preserves. Because you can't eat them raw, you'll make yourself sick. And we have had a horrible year with webworms. I don't know if y'all get them in your neck of the woods, but it's these caterpillars that build these web-like structures in trees and end up killing the branches they're on. And then they turn into moths or butterflies or something. I don't know exactly what their technical genus name is, and I'm probably sounding very stupid right now calling it that. But anyway, I have made it to Gecko's Overlook. All hail the gecko. I like that tree. I have a picture of me hanging a hat from a branch that's no longer there. And look at this amazing view. That is just spectacular, with a side of awesome sauce. And of course, I am on the ledge. And that's the Purgatory Trail down there. I'm on Dante's trail. And over there, zoom in, is a cave. It's basically, it's just a huge overcropping. But it looks cave worthy. It doesn't really go anywhere. But anyway, I like this because it reminds me of a lower altitude McAfee's Knob on the AT, because of that little outcropping, rock outcropping you can sit on. So I am going to sit on it. Oh, make sure there's nothing down there that can bite me. And oh, I am going to sit right here. All right. So I left the Overlook. It was too hot to sit out there in the full sun. So I'm looking right now for a rock to sit on so I can down a little bit of water before I make the trek back. Get the sun out of y'all's face. There we go. So now I got my hand in the way. Wow, I am not good at this. Anyway, yeah, just gonna sit down somewhere, drink some water, because it is, like I said, it's 99 degrees out here and there is no breeze. So, I mean, you can see the plants, they're just so dejected and sad looking, just hanging limply. They're like, water, please, water. So, and I can't waste my water on them. I know that's selfish of me, but that's the circle of life. Anyway, I'm gonna turn this off. When I find a decently suitable rock, I will sit down and tell you a little bit more stuff. All right, bye. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this, but look down in there. I believe those are daddy longlegs. Just a whole mass of them. Ain't that just the most creepiest thing you ever saw? Ew. Oh, and they're coming out. Oh my God. That is just creepy. I had to share. I am being fussed at by a bird. He does not like me being here. What's the deal, bird? Oh, it's a lizard. Oh, let's see if I can get it. Where'd he go? there he is. Where is he? Oh. I don't know if you can see him. Oh, he's gone now. Well, I have found a decently positioned rock that I can sit on. So I am going to make use of it. It is definitely a hot one today. And I wasn't going to sit out there on that rock in the middle of the blistering sun on Overlook in an area where there was no breeze. It just had 99 degrees. So I'm sure it feels more like 105 with the humidity. So found me a decent rock. I'm sitting on it, taking the load off, hydrating in my repurposed bottle for water. Because my daughter drank my Gatorade, Kieran. I guess that's my fault for leaving it in the fridge. Anyway. Yeah, I don't really know what else to tell y'all at this point. I mean, I don't have any burning topics that are screaming to be talked about right now. I just like getting out here and talking with you guys, you know, about whatever, you know, and I'm hoping y'all appreciate it, or at least aren't bored to tears. And looking at my ugly mug. So yeah, I probably got, I don't know, about another 20-minute walk to get back. Maybe not that long, I don't remember how long. How many miles or whatever it is to the Overlook from the upper Purgatory entrance, if it even is multiple miles. I know it's at least one. So, and I was trying to keep this video under an hour. You know, that's hard for me because I love to ramble. So, unless anything else spectacular happens between here and the truck, I'll go ahead and sign off. I need to concentrate on drinking water and keeping myself hydrated, because as you can see, I'm sweating buckets. So, and oh, another thing I wanted to tell y'all is the main reason I'm out here, other than in shooting a video for you guys and talking about things I think are important. I signed up for a step bet game. If you guys don't know what step bet is, it uses like your iHealth app on your iPhones, or Sweatcoin, or some other step counting app. Map my fitness, whatever, and it takes those steps, and you have goals you have to meet over a certain length of time. Like the one I'm in, it's a 4-week period. You have to do 2 days a week over 16,000 steps, and 4 days a week over 14,000 steps each week. The first week you get a free pass if you don't make it, but after that first week, for the next 3 weeks, you have to meet your goals or you're eliminated from the game. And it was a promotion with Sweatbet, or Sweatcoin, where you could pay your little bitcoins or whatever and buy your way into the game. It's $10. And they get so many people, I think it was like 600 people. They each pay $10, so that's the pot. What, $600? No. 600 people at $10 a piece. Well, that's $6,000. So, unless my math is wrong, it could be, my brain isn't what it used to be. Anyway, these people all compete, and whoever makes it, meets their goals at the end, split the money. So say 600 people enter and only 300 make it. Those 300 people would split that $6,000, you know, minus a fee that they take out. But that would be like paying $20 and getting, or paying $10 and getting 20 at the end of it, minus their fee. You made money, you know, and as long as you make it, everybody else could make it, you get your money back, basically. So you're not really losing anything but the fee to play the game, which with $10 it would only be like $1 or $2, I would imagine. So it's a little way, if you're an active person, to make money doing what you do. So, and that was a horsefly, so I can't sit here much longer.
Let's go.
All right. Hey, buddy. So I will sign off, and I will see y'all later. Gecko signing off. Boom. Oh, by the way, there at the end of that last clip, there a guy was walking by with his dog. So I guess it's late enough in the day that people are braving the heat and the horseflies. That horsefly followed me. All right, really and truly, this is Gecko signing off.